Hello everybody, welcome to Dallas, Texas, here at the American Airlines Center for Game 5, as Dallas has a chance to eliminate the Utah Mammoth and book a date in the Western Conference Final against the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see if they can do it. We're 4 games into this series, and my golly, it's a good one. Colin Spence, Bob Sutherland, with you here in Dallas, Texas. Starting goaltenders are the same as always. Kirill Vermelka, Jake Ottinger for Dallas. Here's Logan Cooley now. Works his way in. He's had himself a great series and has really stepped up since the Clayton Keller injury and now draws an early penalty on the home team. Mikko Rantanen to the box for the Stars.
Well, Cooley does a great job to get in the zone. Rantanen gives him a cross check right to the back of the head. Not really sure what Rantanen was trying to do there. But early power play for the Utah Mammoth. As we could try to get an early goal for them.
Face-off won there by Cooley. Nate Schmidt hops out on the ice with Mackenzie Weegar. They start the power play off. Cooley has the puck. Plays it back over to Schmidt. Down low was looking for Cooley again. This one gets by him, and Thomas Harley will send it down the ice. Weegar. Hintz. Good work as Dallas gets the first shot of the game. Short-handed. Now Gunther has the puck. Feeds it in the middle to Logan Cooley. Fires one. A good save by Ottinger. Shot on the power play. There's Gunther. Sets it back up to Sergachev. Walks the line. Great work by Sergachev. Down low to Gunther. Up top, Cooley with a blast. And a save by Ottinger. Schmaltz to Weegar. Sergachev down to Gunther. Gunther holds. He fires a shot. Saved by Ottinger. And that one is sent down the ice surface by the Dallas Stars. Sergachev will rim this into the corner. Hintz goes back for it. He's hit by Cooley. Peterka. Carcone back to Cooley. And a great poke check there from Ottinger. If I'm Carcone, I shoot that puck 9 out of 10 times. Not really sure why I was trying to pass it. Peterka gets in on the physicality side of things, and now it's played away. And Peterka will get the puck outside the blue line. Good hit there by Sergachev. People played away. A shot saved there by Vermelka. Turned aside there. Now Cooley has the puck. Cooley will play it over to Carcone. He works his way down the ice. Rims it around the wall. Peterka. Sergachev, and the puck gets knocked away from him and down into the Utah ice surface. Jersey rims it around the wall to Carcone. Game 5, Dallas leads the series 3-1. Jamie Benn now plays up over to Duchesne. Plays it back to Benn. A shot saved there by Peterka. And now it's kicked away into the open ice as McBain has got it. McBain holds the puck. He'll feed it up over to J.J. Peterka at the tail end of a shift. The shot, easy glove save there by Ottinger, and he'll hold on. 13 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the first period as the Dallas Stars kill a penalty. Start to be a little bit more physical as we take a look at Michael Bunting's physicality here in Game 5. Who's going to book their ticket to the Western Conference Final? Weegar with a shot. This is the last series of the second round. Still being played as Buffalo beat Tampa earlier today. Schmidt off the wall. Feeds over to Kerfoot. Kerfoot, nice move along the half wall. Can't get to the inside. Fires a shot from the outside and a good save there by Ottinger. Board will hold the puck. Works his way in. Another stop there by Vermelka this time as teams trade shots.
Really good start here for Utah. I mean, they get the power play. Nothing really works on that power play, but it's not a bad start for the Mammoth.
But plays it up, his second playoff game of this series. In the middle to Schmidt. Holds, waits, can't get a shot off, and now steal Brings over to Rantanen. He's got Cole on him. But on the back check, but Bunting gets around in. A shot saved there by Vejmelka. Utah will ice this puck as we will get a face-off down in the Mammoth zone. Stenlin lines up against Seguin. Win by Seguin. Shot blocked. Bunting tries to play it away, and Melka was thinking about a stoppage, but sends it up top. A shot. It's along the wall. They score! Nathan Bastian buries it home, and the Dallas Stars open up the scoring here in Game 5.
Well, it's sitting along the wall. No one can find it. And then a shot from the point hits off of Melka, sits right off the post. And Bastian just finds the loose puck right on the doorstep. And the Dallas Stars, yet again, just like Buffalo, opens up the scoring.
Bastian will now work it puck into the corner, and now a penalty coming for the Mammoth. When we come back, Ian Cole to the box for the cross check, and Dallas to the power play after they lead it 1-0. You're watching the 2026 Simulation Series here on Flow Hockey and YouTube.
Everyone's so fired up. It's a Stanley Cup playoffs. Most exciting playoffs out there. A 2-month roller coaster filled with sudden deaths, good old-fashioned chaos, and a beauty we call McJesus. There's action on the ice and in the studio. Every series is a statement, and everyone, it's their shot at the cup.
Why is everyone so fired up?
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs, the most exciting playoffs out there. A 2-month roller coaster with sudden deaths, and a beauty.
Face off to the left of Vejmelka. As it's won there by Kerfoot, and a power play for Dallas. That's been really good lately. There's a big hit on Kerfoot, and that will expire the Dallas power play as Thomas Harley will go to the box here for interference.
Kerfoot, I don't know. Does he have the puck? Does he not have the puck? That's a tough one. Because it looks like he has it, then it doesn't look like he has it. Tough bounce there for Thomas Harley.
We'll get some 4-on-4 power play time, 4-on-4 play time. As that puck gets caught into the fray, as Robertson had a great game 2, 3, and 4. Here's a shot from Lundqvist. It's turned aside. Robertson hit there by Barrett Hayton, who's had a great 3-4 game, and now trying to get his team to crawl back in it. Utah with their backs against the wall for the first time in this postseason. Here comes Mikko Rantanen, short-handed now with a shot, and easily turned aside. Both teams are back to even strength. So Utah will go 0 for 2 on their power play, even though their power play was 4 seconds long. Here's Schmaltz now working in a shot. They hit off the body. Schmaltz now curls, drags a shot through some traffic, doesn't get right on net. And now it's played back over to Harley. Hit there by Dursey. Good keeping by Shane Dursey, as here's a shot tipped in front by Hayton, and it doesn't get on net.
Really tight play here in the first period. Really tight.
Here's Wyatt Johnson working his way in. Steered aside. Shots are still 8-5. And I will say, between all the second round series, this has been the lowest scoring or shooting series with shots on net. We usually average in the single digits in the first period. Here's McBain working in a shot save, rebound. Stenlin couldn't bury it. A glorious chance for Stenlin, and now he'll take a penalty, and Dallas will head right back to the power play.
It's right here in the corner, sticking to the skates there on Myers. There's a tripping penalty. And Kevin Stenlin to the box.
So now Dallas will get a power play again. They're 0 for 1 as they went down to 4-on-4. They have a face-off down in the Utah zone. They win it, but McBain will poke it just outside of the blue line. Heiskanen, big hit there by Ian Cole, and now he'll send it up over to Kerfoot, but Robertson's there to break it up. Robertson to Lundstrom, a shot, steered aside there by Vejmelka. Cole is now on it. He'll shoot it, but Johnson grabs it out of the air. Great work there by Johnson. Does them all with a good stick, and Vejmelka is there to give it back to Ian Cole, to McBain, and that's down the ice. Johnson plays up over to Robertson. Nice move along the wall. Gets around one defenseman. Here's a shot and a steered aside there by Vejmelka. Big hit along the wall. 57 seconds to go in the period. 58 to go in the power play. Bondra leaves it right beside the net. Myers plays up over to Ben. Nice move here by Ben. He's in with a shot. He scores! Jamie Benn. Power play goal for the Stars. It's the second of the postseason. And they lead the game 2-0.
Kind of funny how Washington, Buffalo, and now Dallas all in elimination games get a 2-0 lead in the first period. There's some sort of trend going on here.
As the young Utah Mammoth team have found themselves with their backs against the wall.
Tampa found themselves in the same situation. On the road, down by 2 in the elimination game.
It's hard to bounce back. This is probably one of the loudest arenas in the postseason as well. So very tough as play back over to Schmaltz. Works his way in. One final shot. It's going to be offside. Right with 0.4 seconds to go, so they will have to drop the puck. They can't just let the time expire, so they'll drop the puck, and that will do it for the first period of play. Dallas leads it 2-0 after one period of play here in Game 5 as Jamie Benn on the power play rips it home past Vejmelka.
Is being asked for, or Vegas has been asked for permission to talk to Bruce Cassidy, and Chris Knobloch's laying on his couch watching that on TV. I mean, you know, what do you make of all of that? Obviously the firing, they had to fire him. If they had made the decision to fire him, don't you think they should have fired him first before you start, you know, looking for other people at the bar type of thing? While your girlfriend's on the couch type of thing?
Yeah, well, just taking a peek at another place. You know what? It was really unfortunate the way things came out, right? Like, Chris Knobloch is a really good guy, and he's been a very good coach for the Oilers. Make no mistake about it. This guy, he didn't win the Stanley Cup, but he came into a situation where this team was really underperforming and seemed just ready to explode as far as, like, frustration. He came in, calmed them down, and took them to 2 finals. Now, he didn't win. All right, that's fair, but, you know, he did get them there. And then this year, it seems like the team defensively and on the PK took a step back. They just couldn't get that figured out, and ultimately maybe that's why they moved off from him. But, you know, he deserved a cleaner exit than he was given. Now, he does have a golden parachute that I think has about $8 million stuffed in the backpack, so I think that maybe cushions the blow a little bit as he sails in his golden parachute out the door. But he deserved better, and so now I'm like, hey, does he have a chance to go coach somewhere else? Like, you know, I think he's a good coach. I think he's calm presence. You know, he's had some really good things with some young players. You think of Savoy or Podkolzin have taken steps forward while he was here. You know, at times the free agents they brought in, for whatever reason, he couldn't get them plugged in, like an Alfredson or Mangiapane, you know, Skinner, who isn't in the league anymore. But, like, for whatever reason, they had a tough time with that. So I would like to see him get another chance. But, no, he didn't, and really no one deserves that kind of a messy ending after a good run with the team.
Jason Strudwick with the TSN boys from Overdrive have our first period intermission. We are here in the second period in Dallas, Texas. 2-0, the Stars lead it and are trying to book their ticket to the Western Conference Final. Here's Logan Cooley. He wants to say otherwise. A shot. Saved there by Ottinger, and that will deteriorate into nothing.
A good period by Dallas. They got a power play goal, something that they wanted to work on throughout the postseason is their power play. And they're comfortably in the lead.
Here's a shot blocked away there, and Dallas is a good team that can defend the 2-goal lead. They've been known to do that here, especially in the first round against Colorado. When they went up by 2, they won 95%. And in their playoff careers, they are 82% when up by 2 after 1 period of play. Here's Sergachev with a shot. That one rang off the iron. Game 1 was all Dallas, and then Game 2, when Dallas was dominating, Utah came back and won the game down by 3. Now it was 0-0 after winning Game 2. And then Dallas went up by 3 in the second period. And then Utah scored 3 unanswered goals in the third, and then won it in overtime. Here's Cooley now. Works his way in at the tail end of his shift. Tries to kick the puck up, and it's going to be out. And now a 3-on-1 for Dallas. Schmidt, Radek Vaska. Nice poke away there by Nate Schmidt. Feeds it over to Schmaltz. Back to Carcone, firing a shot. Myers with that long stick. Breaks it up for Dallas. Plays it in the middle to Sagan. Leaguer hits him. Played away there by Ayton. And now it's played up over here to Carcone. Lead feed pass to Schmaltz. He's around the D-man. Here's a backhand shot. Saved there by Ottinger. Sagan works his way in. Hit there by Ayton. Schmidt will play it up over to Uyghur. Anaheim waiting. Schmaltz firing a shot. Saved there by Ottinger. Will we see a Dallas-Anaheim? Or will we see Utah-Anaheim? And if it's Utah-Anaheim, Anaheim's going to have to wait another week. Let Utah win 3 games straight. Played away. Now here's Schmaltz. Trying to drop it back. Can't. Works away here by Myers. Good pass to Bunting, who will chip it deep for Dallas.
Dallas is playing such a good, smart hockey game here in the second period. They're not jumping into too much. They're not going too out of their way.
Here's Kerfoot with a pass out in front, and that's slid away. And now Sagan will play it up over to Harley. Turned over there by Lawson Krause. Plays up over to McVeigh. Steers aside from a hit. Kicks it up along the wall. And now Kerfoot will go give chase on a Tyler Sagan that was tired. Plays over to Bunting. Now Radek Vaska. At the tail end of the shift, gains the red line and dumps it in. Under 10 to go here in the second period. Dallas still leads it 2-0. Here's Butt working his way in. Nice move to the outside. A backhand shot. Saved there by Ottinger, and he'll hold on. 7:47 to go. 2-0 Dallas leads it here in the Simulation 2026 Stanley Cup Playoffs.
All it does is take. And sooner or later, it takes you over. It takes every breath. It takes your body. One night, it'll take your dream. The next night, it will take someone else's. It takes. And just when you have nothing left, it gives.
Take a look at By the Numbers, brought to you by NHL Ice IQ. Jake Ottinger and Kirill Vejmelka battling it out here in round number 2. Ottinger's been so good all playoffs long, but the one guy that a lot of people did not expect to be as good is Kirill Vejmelka, and he's putting on a show here and really showing us why he's a number 1 contender goaltender. Here's Ben playing it over. Rope Hintz now works his way and poked away. What a save by Vejmelka!
Mikhail Sergachev with a massive hit earlier in this shift on Sam Steele. It's his 4th of the game already. big hit there on Sam Steele, but what a save by Kirill Vomilka down in the Utah end.
Will we have Game 6 in Utah? Or will the Dallas Stars host the Anaheim Ducks in round number 3 in the Western Conference Final? Here's Lawson Crouse now, working his way in. Nice drive to the net, scores! Looks like Jack McBain got a touch on it, as the Utah Mammoths third line gets the job done yet again for the Mammoth.
Great driver by Lawson Crouse, and oh yeah, it's McBain who touches it. The puck gets knocked off across his stick by Lindell right there, and then McBain, who's driving the net, just touches it with his stick, pushes it up and over the line. Lawson Crouse has got 10 points in this postseason.
So the Mammoths third line does it again. There's Wyatt Johnson now. Here's a pass. Good block there by Weegar. Steele hit by McBain. He's got his first postseason goal as a Mammoth. Erfoot holds and will wait. Shifts and turns.
Stars wanted a outside there. They're not going to get it.
Schmidt plays it back up top to Weegar. Fires a shot. Steered aside there by Ottinger. The Mammoth have come back before against Dallas. Will we see another one here tonight? Weegar tries to work his way in. He took a bump, and now Kerfoot will hold the puck. Kerfoot will skate in at the end of a shift. A high shot saved there by Ottinger. Ian Cole keeps the puck alive, and now it's just outside the zone, and Desmond will go back for it. Plays it up over to Peterka. Nice move by him. Feeds it up over to Ian Cole. A shot stopped there by Lindell. Dumped in. Peterka is on it. Plays it up over to Gunther. Finds Logan Cooley now. He works his way in. Pumps the brakes. Final seconds, could pull a shot off. Lindell poked away there by Desmond. Another poke and a loose puck. Cooley couldn't jump on it, and that will do it through 2 periods of play. Dallas still has the lead. It's 2-1. But Jack McBain gets the Utah Mammoth on the board here in period number 2.
Smell like you got some PTO from your BO. Escape the 24/7 freshness with Old Spice Fiji.
NHL on TNT post-game show presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals, the Golden Knights. They've only been around for 9 years, and this will be their 5th time going to the Western Conference Finals. They eliminate the Anaheim Ducks in 6 games, setting up a Final Four matchup with the President's Trophy winning Colorado Avalanche. Lee McHugh, Paul Bissonnette, Anson Carter, and Chris Chelios. Big takeaway from this game and what Vegas has done so far in this postseason for you, Chelly?
I mean, it was to their perfection the way they played their game today. Even when Anaheim had some zone pressure, they still weren't allowed to get into danger zones or get shots through or second chances because of the way they come and protect the front of the net. And Hart, it allows Hart to have the confidence to come out and challenge. It might look like a really good scoring chance, but when Hart's on the top of his crease and his size, he just swallows everything. So that was perfect game for 3 periods for Vegas.
An amazing balance up and down the lineup for the Vegas Golden Knights. Jack Eichel played 20 minutes, 25 seconds. Everyone else played 17, 18 minutes. There isn't just one guy that's carrying the mail, playing 24, 25 minutes up front there, Biz, for them. That's going to really bode well playing against a very deep Avalanche team the next round.
Agreed. Next man up. They've done such a good job of filling in holes, especially at the deadline, bringing in guys like Dowd, and obviously Anderson was another big piece throughout the season. So that's a well-oiled machine, man. To lose McNabb and then Stone, who are 2 very big, important pieces of this lineup, who are champions and have won in the past, and to close out a series like that in Anaheim in Game 6,
Pretty remarkable stuff, man. That's a dangerous team, and I think that Western Conference Final is going to be an absolute juggernaut.
And we can't undersell the impact of Mitch Marner.
Oh, of course
we can't. That was the big question mark that everyone wanted to see. He's an unbelievable offensive player. He's played great for Team Canada. I think up here we all thought that it's a big loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And he's been outstanding. He's been really, really good for the Vegas Golden Knights. William Karlsson coming back has been huge for that hockey club. But you could play Mitch in the power play. You could play him in the PK. And Carter Hart solidifying the goaltending position for them has been outstanding, too.
The points dropped from last year to this year, but it's an adjustment. And he played some center this year because guys were out. So he was a 100-point scorer last year with Toronto. Those points were down. They're way up in the postseason. He leads everybody in scoring in these playoffs. And just a few moments ago, we had a chance to chat with Mitch Marner. Mitch, I feel like at this point we got to put you on the payroll because it's like every other night that we're bringing you on here. But you were sensational again, and I really want to ask you about that opening goal because it's such a critical moment in a huge spot. Does your body just take over, or is that a move that you see opening up in that particular space?
I don't know. I think it's honestly just kind of just a feel thing there at that moment. I knew I had Lacombe kind of on my back there, and I just tried to kind of go to my backhand there and see if I had an option, and Dostal kind of had me covered there, so just quickly tried to pull it back between my legs and tuck it in, and lucky enough it worked out.
Mitch, it's Biz here. Unbelievable first period. Aside from that unbelievable goal, that another assist, another short-handed assist, 4 primary so far in this postseason. Maybe just talk about the chemistry with Howden and what you guys are able to do on the kill so far this postseason.
Yeah, I really liked it. We're just communicating a lot. We're reading off each other very well. Howie's got great speed and instincts as well. So he's, I think he knows when I get the puck. I talk to him a lot, just trying to find a hole and find backdoor space. And, if I can, come on through. You're good. Torres walking through. Sorry about that. You guys are going to get me yelled at now. But, Howie and I just talk a lot. We've played quite a bit of hockey together recently, so we're having a lot of fun with it. Like I said, he's been so good at finding me in great areas, and then using his speed and his instincts to find open ice, and I've just tried to lay it in for him. And that's not an easy goal to score realistically, so great job of him just finding open ice, like I said, and using his speed.
Mitchie, it's ace, unbelievable series. The Ducks came in super hot on the power play, 50%. You guys, to start the series off there, 0 for 11. Besides the 4 short-handed goals, what was the key to slowing them down in the penalty kill?
Just trusting our instincts. I think we did a really good job of up-ice pressure, slowing down their game, coming into the zone. That team's so deadly on the rush, we knew it, and especially on the power play, they're a team that comes with a lot of speed and wants to really work you off the rush. So I thought we did a good job slowing that down, making it hard to make those cross-ice passes or, those moves that they're capable of doing. And then from there on, we had a lot of guys sacrifice their body, block some big shots, make some big plays, some big cutoff plays as well. So, and when we needed them, Hartsey made some massive saves. So, it's just a four-man program out there. You're trying to work with everyone, trying to talk, and I thought we did a better job of clearing the puck throughout the series.
Mitch, Biz again. I think Torts has been there in Vegas for like 6 weeks. How does he have a nicer tan than Chris Chelios in that short amount of time?
I don't know. You got to ask him. I don't stay up to date of Torts' days off or what he's doing away from the rink. So you can ask him that when you're wearing your snorkeling gear again.
Yeah. You don't get a follow-up on that one.
But I wanted to be serious about it. What's he meant to the group in this short amount of time? And the way he's been able to work his magic. It's a difficult situation to come in. Only 8 games left in the regular season. It seems like he's hitting all the notes.
He brings great intensity. Anyone that knows him knows he brings a lot of intensity. He's a guy that doesn't shy away from anyone, so he'll tell you how he thinks you're playing, how he thinks you're doing out there. He don't give I don't want to swear.
We get it.
You guys know what I mean. Yeah. He don't care who you are. He'll let you know if you're making mistakes. He's brutally honest about that. He'll also hype you up when you need to. So he's been great in our locker room. Brings a lot of passion and firepower in his speeches, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss Mitch, but I don't. Third period here between the Mammoth and the Dallas Stars. 20 minutes for Dallas, and they have a date with Anaheim. 20 minutes for Utah to try to keep their season alive. Here we go. Seguin tries to work his way in early. Broken up there by Sergachev. Turnover out in front. And a hit off of the stick. Dallas starting the third period off hot. Paterka, Gunther now with the puck, and he will break out. Here comes Dylan Gunther. Nice move into the inside to JJ Paterka! And a great stop there by Ottinger. Jersey fires a shot. Glove save. Ottinger, and he'll cover.
What a stop by Jake Ottinger. Are you kidding me? Wow.
JJ Paterka, Dylan Gunther, and Logan Cooley line is working well for Utah as the Clayton Keller injury.
Just sucks to lose your captain for Utah. He's been such a good presence in the room for these young guys. Even though he's a young man himself, he holds himself accountable, he holds people accountable. And talking to the boys from Utah, it's a big loss.
Good save there by Pavelka. Sergachev is on it. And that's a man who's won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay and has been down the stretch. Here's Schmaltz. Finds Barrett Hayden, scores! Barrett Hayden's third of the postseason. And we're all tied up at 2 here in Dallas.
Another great pass by Sergachev. Head up by Schmaltz. Finds Barrett Hayden coming in. And this is a brilliant goal. He's got lots of speed coming down on Ottinger. Pulls it to the backhand and just beats Ottinger up high. And it's all squared up at 2 here in Dallas.
Another veteran play by Sergachev. Plays up over to Schmaltz, and then that one-touch pass over to Barrett Hayton, very quick. Feeds it onto him, a backhand upstairs. And we are all squared up at 2.
Well, you said it. Don't count these Mammoth out. They know how to come back in a hockey game. They are the comeback kids of this Stanley Cup playoff simulation.
There's a massive hit behind the play, but here comes Alex Kerfoot. He works it to the backhand, scores! Alexander Kerfoot's 4th of the postseason, and the Utah Mammoth have got their first lead of Game 5.
1 minute 12 seconds after the Barrett Hayden goal. Alex Kerfoot comes down and beats Ottinger on the glove side again. Lead feed pass has got 2 stars on him. This time he just elevates it just enough as it tips over the glove of Ottinger and in the back of the net.
So the Mammoth have come back and scored 3 unanswered goals and now have a 3-2 lead yet again. Here comes Ben with a chance on the forecheck as Eager's got the puck. We'll send it up the ice to McBain here. He goes on that right side. Plays it back over to Weir. Fires a shot. Ottinger will cover it. 13-14 to go. And this game and the mood has changed here in Dallas. 3-2. The Mammoth lead it. Utah trying to force a Game 6, and it's Alex Kerfoot with this backhand beauty that has got them up by 1.
Kerfoot's got 4 goals. Look at Logan Cooley up there with 7 goals for the Mammoth.
Face-off one there by the Stars. So now Dallas got check time for them if they want to make it to the conference final. Harley poked away there by Cooley and then sent down the ice.
Well, now if I'm Utah, you're dumping it in every time you get over that red line and just killing that clock time.
Here's a play up to Gunther, turned aside there by Harley. You're going to have a Dallas Stars push at some point in this period. And you just got to be ready for it. Here's Schmidt. Sends it up the wall. Cooley tries to get it deep. Can't. Here's Michael Bunting now. Works his way in. Schmidt is there. A little chip off the wall, and Paterka will send it down the ice. Babushkin. Johnson. Back onto the stick here. Radek Faska, who jumps into the play. Here's Wyatt Johnson in, and a good stop there by Vejmelka. Steele gets the puck up top to Johnson. Turned aside. And now the puck is out to the point. Harley with a good keep it. Carcone lines up Harley. Harley keeps the puck alive with two members of Utah in the corner with him. And the Mammoth will skate the puck out. Here's Desimon, a little pass over to Schmaltz. He's in, and a great back check there, and the puck will slide into Ottinger. 3-2, the Mammoth lead it. 3 unanswered goals. You're watching the Stanley Cup Playoff Simulation Series here on YouTube and Flow Hockey. Face-off won there by the Stars, who now trail for the first time in Game 5. Plays it up over to Robertson, and he can't get it deep. Barrett Hayton feeds one up over to Schmaltz. This line's been very good for Utah here tonight. Pass over to Jason Robertson. Drops it back, a shot save, rebound! And it's steered aside. Great stick by Sergachev. Brandon jumps onto a loose puck out in front, and Vejmelka will hold on to it yet again.
Grill Vejmelka showing us why he's got the starting position here in Utah for the postseason. He's been so good all playoff long. Just save after save here in Game 5, trying to keep his team, this time now, up by 1.
Face-off won there by Johnson. Plays it up top, a shot for the point. Was stopped there by Vejmelka, and for a rebound, they score! Wyatt Johnson, second of the postseason, and we're all squared up at 3.
Great face-off win. Traffic out in front. Big save by Vejmelka off this chance right here from Robertson, but it's the rebound that goes past Sergachev. And Wyatt Johnson in the right place at the right time. A lucky bounce goes over, watch this, over the skate of Sergachev, right onto the stick of Wyatt Johnson, and he buries it into the back of the net.
Face-off won there by Utah, so now we're all squared up at 3. As we go back and forth here in game number 5. Johnson with the shot, steered aside there by Vejmelka, and it's sent along the wall here to Butt. Trying to kick it away from Brandon. Good battle down low in the corner, and Butt will skate out with it. Lead feed pass to Stenlund. Across to Tanev, fires a wrist shot high. Good blocker save by Ottinger. Tanev takes a bump in the corner. Haskinen's back on it. Seguin is there for Dallas, and he'll send it into the corner. 3:46 to go. A big hit down in the corner, and we'll get a face-off. Fans trying to get Dallas back in this hockey game. Back into the lead, I guess, because they are in this hockey game. Here's Gunther now, chipping it into the corner. Heiskanen goes back for it, but Tricker gets in on the forecheck. Duchesne is there. He's got Cooley on him, and he's able to make the pass over to Ben, who finds Hintz and a shot across. Here's a pass back in front to Ben, broken up, and now Cooley is on it. Eager to Peterka. Across to Gunther. Nice move to the inside. A shot. Saved there by Ottinger, and he picks up the rebound. And we'll cover it with 1:40 to go. Utah trying to keep their season alive. Sergachev from the point. A wrist shot. It was tipped in front. Massive save there by Jake Ottinger late in the third period. We're down to a minute left to play here. Sergachev fires one in. Mammoth score 3 goals to gain the lead, and then it's Wyatt Johnson for the Dallas Stars to tie it up late in the third. Here he is with the puck. Works his way in. Gets hit, but takes a soft dump into the corner. Jersey's now on it. Turns it over, right it out front. Robertson, great save by Vejmelka. 30 seconds left of the period. Both goaltenders making big stops. Another turnover by Utah, though. Here's Heiskanen, down low. Saved by Vejmelka. Hayton.
Utah looks a little nervous right now. You got to get out of this third period.
Schmaltz to Jersey. Fires a shot. Getting out of the third period with a win would be even better. But a stop by Andra. Here comes Heiskanen. He's got 5 seconds. Plays it back to Ben. A shot steered aside there by Vejmelka. And we will have extra time here in game number 5. What a series this has turned out to be. Overtime is next.
Ottawa, from O to A.
Are we just living in a world now where you have one disastrous season, it's game over for a lot of people? Like, is that what we're doing here now?
It has that feel to it. It definitely has that feel. So not with every owner. And some are more loyal than others, and some are more mindful of the millions of dollars that are being pissed away, right? I mean, at the end of the day, and Toronto's a little bit different for me in the Berube situation because he was part of a regime that didn't work, okay? And you guys have talked about this. I don't want to go back down that path. But I guess what I would submit, you can appreciate what John Chaika and Matt Sundin are going to do without knowing who they're going to hire, right? They want to clean.
They got to have some idea of who they might hire.
I think so.
No, I'm not saying one guy in particular.
No,
but
they would have a long list established right now, and then you go through that process.
Yeah, but people say they have these long lists.
Yeah.
Like, what's the sense of the courtesy interview with 8 different guys? Like, they're not.
Okay.
What your inkling is, like which way you want to trend as soon as there's coaches available.
But who, and I would say this of Edmonton, and Edmonton maybe more so because it feels Edmonton needs a closer type of coach.
Right. Exactly.
What if Bruce Cassidy ultimately gets permission but doesn't want to go to Edmonton?
Right.
That's possible. Like he might look at the Los Angeles situation, and there's a sense that, Kenny Holland might just extend the interim tag on DJ depending on how things go. Maybe Vegas doesn't give Cassidy permission to speak to a division rival like Edmonton. I mean, but so then when you get past Bruce Cassidy, who's better? Like, who's better for the Edmonton Oilers than Chris Knobloch?
The only 2 guys that I can think of personally is Lavi and it's Cassidy. And not because of...
Well, maybe you throw Berube into the mix now.
But I'm just saying tactically.
Yeah.
Like, they need a detailed tactician. You had Lavi. Hard.
Yeah.
Fair. But tactician. I think what they needed was a different look and voice. I, tongue-in-cheek, say this. I would call Daryl Sutter's 60 kilometers down the road. 1-year deal. Come in. He might...
Overtime here in Dallas. One team, if they score, they head to the conference final. The other team, if they score, they keep the series alive. Jersey to Sergachev. Plays up over to Dylan Gunther, who's trying to extend this series. Plays it back over to Sergachev. Fires a shot. It goes off of a body and into the corner. A lot of nervous Utah Mammoth fans here in the stands and back home in Utah. Logan Cooley, this is the man you want with the puck. Drives to the middle, holds it to the outside, squeaks in. Couldn't find a Lane to the middle of the ice. Jersey gets the puck. He's harassed by Rantanen. Good play there by Cooley. Works it in again. Here's a wrist shot and a blocker save there by Ottinger. Good play. Got thrown in front to Cooley, and he couldn't bury the puck. Peterka wins a race against Myers, but the physicality goes in favor of Dallas. Here's Rantanen now. Dallas gets into the Utah zone for the first time in overtime. 4 minutes in, Dallas just starts to get some zone time, and now it's turned over. Here's Logan Cooley. Drops it back to Barrett. Hayden in with a shot. Saved there by Ottinger. Cooley chips it down low. Hayden can't get there. Carcone is there with him. Third line for Utah. Heading out on the ice for their first shift of overtime. Second line for Utah. Heading out. Here's a shot. Saved there by Vejmelka and Michael Bunting. Cooley needs to get off the ice. He plays over to Hayden. He's going to stay on. 2-minute shift for Logan Cooley. Hayden plays it back over to Uyghur. Fires a wrist shot. Tipped in front. As Carcone got a piece of that, but so did Ottinger. Uyghur gets into the wall. Big hit by Schmidt. Bunting to Lyubushkin. A shot. Scared aside there by Vejmelka. Robertson to Faska. Broken up there by Schmidt. Now he's got a poke. Here comes Nate Schmidt. On the breakaway. Stopped by Ottinger. Schmaltz with a big hit behind the net. Good start to overtime here for Utah. Here comes Jack McBain. Fires a slap shot. Steered aside by Ottinger again. Schmaltz gets into it. Look out. Big hit behind the net. Faska's on it. Plays it away here to Bunting. Back on the stick of Sagan. Now the third line for Utah out on the ice. Desimon to Lawson Krause. Fires a backhand. Kicked away there by Ottinger. Faska chips it in for Dallas. Dallas under some pressure here in this overtime period. Desimon gets level as he makes the pass. Kerfoot to Cole. Here's Butt off the bench and a shot stopped by Ottinger. 8:28 to go. Real Vejmelka doing a great job. Boy, the Mammoth.
Why is everyone so fired up? It's a Stanley Cup playoffs. Most exciting playoffs out there. A 2-month roller coaster filled with sudden deaths, good old-fashioned chaos, and a beauty we call the Jesus. There's action on the ice and in the studio. Every series is a statement, and everywhere it's their shot at the cup.
Why is everyone so fired up?
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs, the most exciting playoffs out there. A 2-month roller coaster with sudden deaths, and a beauty.
Face off to the left of Jake Ottinger. We are halfway, just under halfway here in this first overtime period. Jersey with a blast. It hit off of a stick and went very high. Stenley, Jersey can't get the puck out. Can't get the puck on net, but the puck does get out. Jersey up to Tanev. Lost it in the feet of Ben, and this will be sent down. Good save there by Vejmelka as he didn't really realize that puck was coming down to him. Stenley works his way in. Couple of moves off the blue line. Stops up. Tries to feed it in the middle. Tanev couldn't get there. Duchesne to Hintz with a shot. Stopped by Vejmelka. 6 minutes to go in overtime. Sergachev to Stenley. He works his way in. Nice work. Backhand shot. Blockered away there by Ottinger. Stenley. Wrap around attempt. Another stop by Ottinger again. Ottinger been the busier of the two netminders. Here's Duchesne at the tail end of a shift. Fires a shot. Scores! Game over. Series over. Dallas wins it in 5. Oh, my heartbreak. Just heartbreak. Oh, no. Unreal series from these two teams. But it's the Dallas Stars. Matt Duchesne off of a goal that or a shot that's been saved multiple times by Vejmelka. In overtime, the nerves get to Utah's goaltender. And at the very tail end of a shift, it's this shot from Matt Duchene that ends the series for the Dallas Stars. What a series between Dallas and Utah. It ends in 5. I thought for sure with the way that Utah was playing that overtime, we were going to get 6 games. Wow. As Dallas wins it 4-1. And they move on to the Western Conference Final. Wow. I wrote that in the wrong place. 4-1. Nice. Gotta love that. Perfect. So we are down to 4 teams. As just unfortunate for the Utah Mammoth. Later today, we will have our second round post-game or post-round breakdown show on the Game Day podcast. The Dallas Stars and the Anaheim Ducks in the Western Conference Final. The Buffalo Sabres and the Washington Capitals in the Eastern Conference Final. Oh my goodness. What a Final Four. As we started with 16. Now we're down to 4. Unbelievable. Can't wait to see what happens here. Can't wait to see what series Bob and I have, as we'll find that out later this afternoon when we figure out and talk about the second round and all the fun stuff that happened. Thank you everyone for watching the Dallas and Utah series. It was an honor for myself and Bob Sutherland and everyone else at the EA studio. We will see you in the either Eastern or Western Conference Final.